Bit of warming up.
Okay.
We can squeeze your intro in, can't we? That's all it. We'll lock it. Just can't come back in.
Somebody phone.
Now's not the time. Are you leading the way
You
or
asking the
Jones us
question
to?
actually.
Me?
Decide to update your social media now. Sat at work, masturbating.
Oh, hang me again. I don't know what he wants.
Do you want to make a call post that?
No.
Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is I'll assist you.
Okay.
So can you just tell us who you are and your job role and what that entails?
Okay. Do I say like hello?
You say hi, I'm
Right. Okay.
yeah,
So I actually do the
Or so.
yeah.
top master.
That must have actually. Am I looking at Stacey?
Tell Stacey
Okay.
what your name is, what your job role is, and what that job role entails.
Okay. Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm a regulatory compliance officer, and that entails looking after any regulations, dealing with chemicals, either hazardous or non-hazardous.
Perfect.
More or less.
Nailed it.
So.
Natural.
Yeah.
No, or anything. It was like straight
I
through.
mean, yeah.
What's the next question?
It says what. No, you wanted to talk about the industry, didn't you? Or how.
We'll just say
Do you want to explain what carbon black is and what the dangers of?
right. Okay.
Oh, so we use the D-wipes for.
So just ever do what carbon black is and stuff.
Yeah, explain what.
In my
You had a
industry,
really good-
in my industry,
You did
there
a
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, so you mentioned a few things that would be quite relevant to a lot of people. So you mentioned about sort of master batch, but carbon black, plastic concentrates, and rubber manufacture.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, just
Yeah,
highlight
just
the
kind of-
dangers at the
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
or highlight the
Point out why
problems.
it's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So carbon black is.
Going on, Joe,
Oh,
coming
he's
back
stuck on
now,
the
actually.
piss. Going out now.
Oh,
Kane was actually screwing something. Screwing something.
It's got like carry on laughing in this office, hasn't it?
So I just had to like stop everything. So what are
You've
you
done
doing?
what?
Making a screw head smaller by putting it on the sander with his fingers. So I'm stood there and he's going. So I
When
had
he
to go
makes your
down and
finger
just
off.
stop production and just tell him to go for a walk. And
Have a bit of fresh air.
he went, I flagged it up. Gav said, just do it while no one's watching. Gav's like that.
Throwing him under the bus there.
Well, Kane's right. I've told
Yeah.
Kane. If something's not said, God, give him health and safety.
Miss his
isn't it?
fingers when they're not
Imagine
there,
me.
won't he?
Yeah, well, that's what I said to him. So I told him to go and walk
His
down.
So
the
what your
green
insurance company?
His
Tell
mum
them.
will be coming down.
What he did was he was holding
area.
in.
To save 5 minutes, just. Anyway, that's not your problem.
Okay. So you was explaining the dangers of all the problems.
Carbon black
Yeah, so we're gonna
is.
talk
Right,
about
okay.
chemicals and
Within my
the dangers
industry.
Okay.
of them, yeah.
Within my industry and industries that I've worked in, pardon? Oh, is it recording?
She's ruthless.
Is
yeah.
it? Oh right. Oh, sorry. I thought this was
Oh,
practicing.
no, no, no.
Oh
no.
right. Okay. Okay.
That's why you were so good on that first
I
day.
know. I just thought it was like practicing. You shouldn't have told me.
I'll yell.
We send you the balloon.
I don't want to see. I just want to know. I don't want this to ever move for me to see it.
See it, to be fair. You probably won't.
Okay.
I'll take you
No. on Facebook. Right. I forgot what I was saying now. So carbon
So,
black.
If you, what would you class your industry as?
Yes, I'll
Is it
say
in the
I
chemical
deal with the
industry?
chemical industry.
So,
'Cause,
so
yeah.
within the chemical industry, the dangers.
Right. Okay. So I'm going straight into the dangers of carbon black.
Within the industry, yeah.
Yeah, talk about well, within the dangers within the industry are things like carbon black. You about 3 things then that you said, Stu. What were they?
Yeah, you mentioned
Okay.
plastic concentrate, rubber manufacture, how all that applies.
Right.
So I can't see your notes. So have a look at your notes and then look up at Stacey
And then say
just,
it.
Then just tell her like
Okay.
within your industry what
Yeah.
the kind of problems.
Okay. Right. See, I don't want to. Even though carbon black's got, this is not obvious, I'm just telling you this. Even, carbon black, it's not kind of like this hazardous thing, oh my God, you can't touch it. That's why I'm a bit dubious about.
Good carbon.
Yeah,
bad
so it's
carbon.
like, it's handled and people can have it. It's not got any like hazard classifications, but there is restrictions on it and obviously what the problems are with it. And then you can get the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be like, we deal with like it's a really bad thing, if
Can
you know.
tell us all that
Yeah,
within
in the
it,
thing.
kind of
Okay. 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 Ask me the question then, I know where to start.
What's the question, Stuart?
You
So
can
yeah,
tell
do
us
you-
the dangers of your industry,
Okay.
within your industry.
Right, okay.
Problems.
The industry that I work in and the industries that I have worked in the past deal with numerous different types of chemicals. Chemicals can be, sorry,
That's all right.
in the industry that I work in and in the industries that I've worked in the past, there is the handling of chemicals. One certain chemical is carbon black. Now, carbon black is a combustion product of organic materials. It's primarily used as a pigment. It can be used in paints, in plastics, in tyres, rubbers. There is certain restrictions on the use of carbon black in the workplace. The Health and Safety Executive actually set limits of the exposure that the workers can have. These can be short-term or long-term exposures. I'll just stop for a minute.
Oh, good. Got chills.
Right, okay. And I'll know what my next bit is now.
Yeah, have a little read of it and then just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, isn't she? Told you she'd be good, Stacey.
Makes us look shit.
No.
I thought you said she was a bit rubbish.
I won't be able to walk down the stairs after my life source will be zapped out of me.
Yes, you say something really good here, don't you? Is this where you're leading up to? So workplaces need to be aware of the
Yeah.
implications
Yeah, okay.
of carbon black.
Yeah. Um, Right, okay. Carbon is a lightweight material, it's a very fine powder. When it's being used in a production facility especially, it will be in the air, it'll be in the surrounding environment. Now, even the most good extraction systems won't completely eliminate the carbon that people are exposed to. Now, carbon black doesn't necessarily have an intrinsic hazardous property, but because it's a very fine powder, it brings with it some respiratory issues. Okay, where do I start from at the beginning?
So you're saying carbon black doesn't have any like
It doesn't-
intrinsic hazard?
Yes.
But because it's just fine powder.
Yeah, okay. So carbon doesn't have an intrinsic hazardous property, but it has a natural hazardous property because it's such a fine powder. The HSE workplace exposure limits try and reduce the exposure of the workforce to this. This should be monitored in-house within the production facility or the people who handle the materials. But as you can imagine, with it being such a fine powder, it's impossible to be able to eliminate that risk and hazard completely. Okay.
Nice.
On to the next question.
So that's the problem, isn't it, here? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
how
think
does...
it's better to keep it quite broad rather than talking about respiratory problems, because you're going into a different
Yeah,
ball game there, aren't you? Just saying
okay.
think of just reducing any risk.
And right, okay.
And
Yeah.
that'll just keep it broad for us, and then we're not exposing ourselves to get questioned.
Yeah,
by
too
someone.
deeply. Who knows more about
so
it?
It's just, and you know, we can, everyone can reduce the risk on everything.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's what
Yeah.
D-Wipe does, reduces the
Yeah.
risk.
Okay.
Mhm.
Carbon black isn't soluble, so you can't use a traditional water and a cloth to remove it. Because it's also a pigment, it will stain surfaces. Anything with a fine texture, such as a desk or even your skin, will hold on to the fine particles, and it'll be obvious when you have contamination because it's black in colour. What we found incredibly useful with the D-wipes is that they were safe to be able to use on industrial machinery. We could use them on doorways, door frames, desks, but people could actually even use them on the hands and the face near their eyes.
Good. Happy?
Yeah, yeah.
Great stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk more or?
Yeah.
Is there more to say on that little bit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you've got this section here, haven't you,
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
chemicals will
Mhm.
normally be moved around the surface with other cleaning
Yeah.
solutions. Yeah.
Other cleaning solutions will only move the carbon or the contamination around the surface, but the actual texture of the wipe is really good. It actually causes the absorption of the carbon and other materials onto the wipe itself, so you know that people are removing it from their skin and they're not going to transfer it around the workplace. usually, especially in the places that I've worked at, it would mean a trip to a bathroom or a washroom to be able to clean themselves. Where if you've got the wipe in your pocket, our workforce have just been able to use it instantly on their face or any contaminated areas.
Great.
Yeah.
Right, so I was thinking while you were talking about that, if you had a wipe in your hand, because you're moving your hands anyway,
Yes,
aren't
should
you?
I?
If you had a wipe in your hand at some point, I
You
don't know
zoomed
whether it's
into
too
her
late.
face, or we
Do
zoomed
it as
back
an
out.
interview, and then we'll go back and do them one bit.
What bits you want?
Yeah,
We'll do it
yeah.
as a separate little video that we can just use as a
Yeah.
individual
Well, we
thing. if
said
you
we
want.
wanted that, didn't we?
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
product placement, take it
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
use
yeah.
it.
We'll do some ones like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Do this as an interview
Yeah.
section, and then we'll do one with
We'll get you.
highlighting certain
Hold it
bits
a
about
while and stuff.
it moving
Okay.
around and.
Slow mo. Put a bit of black stuff on there.
Clean it off.
What did I say it was called, Mike?
Sorry.
Jonathan Print mentioned it to me.
Have you
I asked
mentioned?
you if you
You've not
did it.
mentioned master batch yet. Have
Oh,
you?
time lapse.
Did I say? I can't remember what I said. Did I say the paint? I said the paints and rubber and master. Yeah.
Time lapse. Like a
It is like a time lapse. I emailed you the other day or texted you and it's
stop
worked.
motion. like.
Yeah, stop
Stop
motion.
motion.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
You're gonna like take a picture, move it a bit, take it a bit, move it, take it a bit. It's just one
Right.
thing, and it looks like it's spinning
Like
around
it's
on
stop
its own.
motion.
Pinging,
He said
isn't it?
he said that it's really good at the moment for social media.
Yeah. You'll do like a D-wipe, pull it out a little bit, take the picture, pull it out a
Yeah.
little bit, and it'll make it look like the D-wipe's coming out. You could have them dancing around and do all
That's what we
kinds of
want to
things
do, a
with it.
little something
Yeah.
on that, don't we?
It's just really time. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, can imagine.
you can make it look some people will do it so it's almost as if it's just smooth motion. Some don't mind it jumping around a bit. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on what you want. It's good. I can show you a couple of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did a bit of watching some YouTube vids on it, and I must admit, I was a bit like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure 100% how I can get a compelling video of
If
D-White
we
with
can't
this.
do it, we can't do
There's
it.
Well,
this really
it's not that. I
there's
feel
really
like
good-
maybe if we have a chat about it, I think. And
There's this really good
use your
wedding
use your
video guy.
expertise.
And he does the whole wedding in stop motion. So the lads will all be like stood in the kitchen, like in the normal clothes, and suddenly all like the ties tie themselves around the necks, and the coats appear up. And
Really?
A real wedding.
yeah, he does them really at
You
weddings
talk
in the middle of a
time
wedding.
around,
Yeah,
you know, that
must
was
take
it.
so
TikTok's a
long.
Matilda video where I took my flip-flops off and
Oh,
put
yeah.
glasses on and it was ace.
It's just making stuff. It's just
The unprofessionals
Yeah.
here.
like normal videos. One thing people want something a bit
Yeah.
quirky,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's always a good.
We need a bit of quirk in our
Yeah, yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Needs
Bit of quirk.
sex up the D-wipes a bit. Masturbation.
Masturbate it up.
Masturbating.
Is that one of your product lines? One industry.
Have we
I'll
gone
tell
into
you what,
how
I'll tell
how
you
they
what I
feel?
mean.
Like,
Yeah,
how
so
Do you want me to
actually
say that?
Is that
Yeah.
what's next? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying about what the colleagues' reactions were.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
how it felt from
One of
your
the
point
great
view
points
and
about, yeah, the
you
D-White
commented
Okay.
a bit on
It
colleagues'
feels
reactions and
Yeah.
everything as well.
Sexy.
Okay. And our colleagues' reactions from using the D-wipes they were really impressed. Not only did they find them really gentle on the skin, but as well they were really effective. Did that sound right now? It didn't, did it? I'm thinking it right.
To jazz up how it feels and smells. And
I should have said more. Right, okay. Just
David Attenborough.
yeah. Okay, gentle and powerful, yet powerful nature.
Director's gel.
She's making me laugh.
She's cracking me up.
Probably could mention something like, because we're like, because
Maybe we should direct
we're
her in the chair.
dermatologically tested.
Yeah.
You could
You
bring
use
that
the
into it and
coat,
say, yeah, because we're, all of the stuff about, you're
Yeah.
impressed with it feeling safe and it smells great,
Okay.
whatever, but also because it's dermatologically tested, it gives us a lot of peace of
Some of
mind that it's
Okay.
safe to use for
Yeah.
for everyone.
Repeatedly. Yeah.
Harry, watching you. Is this a separate bit, Stu? Sorry, I was
No,
messing
this is
with
all
this
part of
thing.
the interview. This is all still same interview.
No, I meant like a tag on to what was said then, or a repeat of what was
Probably,
said.
probably,
So-
yeah, new take
Okay,
of that.
okay.
action.
My colleagues who have actually used the D-wipes were really impressed at how gentle they are but how powerful and effective. And because they're dermatologically tested, it gives us the peace of mind that what we're supplying to our workforce is going to be safe for them to use, because they could be working an 8-hour shift and have to use the wipes 3, 4, 5 times over that time frame. So we know that they're going to be able to remove any irritants, say, from the skin safely.
Amazing. Dermatologically
Yeah, boy.
tested, I love it.
feel like there's a TikTok dance. After we've done this video. Sound
got
like
to.
license.
We haven't done one yet.
Peace of mind that colleagues are going home, you know, with nothing on the skin like we do with
Reducing the
firefighters.
risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The word reducing the risk.
Reducing the
That's
risk.
good for our
Yeah.
Yeah, so
background
there's, so you've got like a
Ties
section
in
here at the end about
follow-up
sort
with
of
Yeah.
other industries and
Okay, so it's any handling. Should I say about how?
yeah.
And
Right,
that
okay.
they don't have alcohol in them.
Right,
You need
okay.
to mention that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Joe was saying earlier on about moving it away from being a specific thing to being
Mhm.
something that's applicable for all industries.
For everybody.
So reduce the risk
Yeah.
in all industries.
Okay.
And I think I'm just looking at this.
Yeah.
this
The-
last
that very
section.
bottom bit.
Yeah,
Does,
yeah.
does your industry not have like some industries have like quirky, you know, everyone goes home safe, that type of thing, or home and dry? Do they not have like a kind of safety tag on anything? that they can attach it to?
But you could say that at the end. You know, like D-Wipe say,
Yeah, make one
wipe
up.
it off, don't take it home.
Yeah.
We say that.
Mm.
Maybe you could end with that. You know,
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
nice.
an advocate of what D-Wipe say. Wipe it off, don't take it home. If you work in this industry, wipe it off, don't take it home.
Okay.
Nice.
White. Mic drop.
Oh, white drop.
White drop.
Cowboy Mike, please.
Fireman, tops off,
Yeah.
white
Oh,
drop.
please.
Do that.
Okay, yeah, you know, fucking know that, yeah.
I didn't invite Stacey
Leon,
that day
top
for
off.
a-
White drop.
White drop, I love it. And put my coat back on.
Did it really chill to you?
No.
Right. What they said.
Okay. Right, let me just get my wording right. Any of like the
You have to do a white drop,
powders.
Stacey, and then when
What's
we
that?
do the bloomers of the whole filming, it can start with Stacey just going,
Brilliant.
White
It's
drop.
a great
So-
idea.
she's starting to get on the camera, just film
I
that.
don't want
Yeah.
to. What about the sanitizer wipes or the sachets? Or that big box there?
You're not having wipes on your
Wipe it
desk?
off, don't take it home. Is there?
Did you change? Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to mention health and safety? Do you want me to say the word if I can? Or
Health and safety.
As in,
Yeah,
like,
haven't you?
did I say it?
Health and safety exec.
Yeah. Okay. From a health and safety point of view, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To reduce the risks, right? Yep. Right. Do I say my recommendation, or they would be beneficial, or
In your experience.
In my
I think,
experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm an advocate of.
Yeah,
I think
they
Joe,
are.
you had a read. No, I think you said that actually.
Yeah.
No, that was my idea. I'm an advocate of.
I said it this morning.
I thought you said something really good before, which I think really worked. Like you're an advocate.
I'm an
of
advocate of the
what
message
says.
of D-Wipes.
Yeah.
Is it a message? What did you call it?
Tagline
It's on
slogan.
like,
Why don't you just say,
like
I'm an
if you want
advocate
the,
of, wipe it off, don't take it home.
Wipe it,
But
yeah.
rather than giving it a label,
Right.
just say it.
Should I touch them
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
down,
sure.
can't you?
Yeah.
Say, you know, I can't, you can say things like that.
Then it's gone.
You know,
Okay.
Are you still
I
recording? You don't
I
have it
would
on
all-
camera?
I would follow D-Wipe's advice. Or,
Yeah.
You know, I would recommend that people do follow D-Wipe's advice. Wipe it off, don't take it home.
Okay.
Are you going to reference the pack?
Yeah. Do you want me to
Yeah?
Yeah.
wipe it off? Don't take it home. Show you. Right.
I'd certainly recommend the words of D-Wipe
Yeah.
to
Can
anyone
I
else in the
swap
industry.
you to the
Yeah.
this? Is that all right?
Do what you want.
Because it's just not going to be noisy.
That's a good, yeah.
Is that all right?
Point.
That's okay, I don't think it'll affect the...
It doesn't say wipe it off, don't
Does it
take
not?
it home.
It doesn't matter, because
On
you're not
that.
going to see it anyway.
Can you make? Oh yeah, you can. Sorry,
Use the
it's
packet
in
you
shot,
want.
isn't it? It's in
Use the-
shot.
It's in there.
anyway.
But why don't we do the?
Should I just
shot
point?
and Just do another
Should I just
shot
say,
of her that you can edit in with
Yeah,
it,
Don't
yeah,
touch it.
holding it,
Just-
something like that that you can just overlay. So we'll record the interview bit and then
Yeah,
you can do a
yeah,
shot of
do
it
it,
just
that's a
showing
good
your
idea.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, we'll put it in. Sorry, I'm just going to move it where I
Yeah.
need it. Yeah, you can point as well. Because it does say it quite clearly on it.
Mhm.
Is that right? Is it facing?
Yeah.
You seen it?
No.
Never get any messages saying, where'd you get them pot plants from?
Oh, I pinched them out of your office, Stuart. I thought you weren't coming in for a while.
I thought my office looked a
That
bit better,
radiator
actually.
cover won't fit, by the way. Steve.
Hmm?
That radiator cover won't fit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Pimp my office.
Where do we go?
Okay. Any industry that handles chemicals, powders, liquids, hazardous, non-hazardous would benefit from using D-wipes to reduce the risk of exposure for their workforce. And I'm a great advocate of D-wipes message to wipe it off and don't take it home. Was that the right words in?
Yeah,
Really good.
If we just get maybe a shot of you to overlay, do you think like a...
I've just got a little cutaway now with it, but I'll
Hopefully it's not finished as well, so you don't need me to stop.
be fine. Okay, yeah, next section.
I don't know, I think you've
think
gone
that's
through
it.
Is that the summary of
through
it
them
then?
all, yeah.
Like the other bit was going a bit into detail. I don't know, so I don't know how much detail you wanted to do. It was just that in the future, carbon black could be classified as a health hazard for respiration.
We could say that, Stu, rather than you say it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to expose you to anything
Okay.
or anyone question you. So when you were showing your video, we could put in the message at the top, carbon black
Yeah.
may be deemed as hazardous in years to come.
Yeah,
Let us
say it.
that risky bit,
Okay.
and then
There's like a massive thing now, which is titanium dioxide, which is the white pigment that's in everything. That's just been reclassified as carcinogenic, powder-wise. So that's massively affecting the industry. There's like everyone is like lobbying.
What was that, sorry?
I was just going to say, Stu, you need to jot that down.
Yeah.
That can be something
If, there'll be loads of stuff on it.
What was it?
Titanium dioxide. So, and these are like words that people who deal with it. It's a white pigment. It's the main
People
white
are making
pigment.
a lot of titanium stuff now. Titanium's the new metal, like
Yeah.
carbon fibre was, but
Yeah.
doing all sorts with titanium now.
So that's been sort of classified as a carcinogenic.
Yeah, a respiratory carcinogen. Titanium dioxide. It's what makes anything white. And it's just going through the phases of being reclassified now. But it's not, again, because that powders will burn your skin or will irritate your eyes. It's just because of it's what's called a PLST. So it's on there.
Yeah.
So it's poorly soluble, but low toxic. So it's just because it's that fine particle size. If people are being exposed and breathing it in, they did loads of experiments and they said it can cause.
You know, they're not even testing though if it's getting absorbed through the skin, because PAHs years ago,
Yeah.
they just thought it was respiratory,
Yeah.
and now they're saying it's being absorbed through the skin.
Yeah. Well,
So
there's
this could happen
well,
in the future.
I spoke before about it's about how the carbon black is actually manufactured. You can get really low economic grades that'll have loads of PAHs in. And then you'll get the really good quality ones that have low, and they're the hazardous ones, and they're the restricted anyway. If that's going to go into any articles, there's what's called a REACH regulation, which is like an overarching European chemicals legislation. So that actually limits how much PAHs you can have in anything, consumer toys, if it's in contact with your skin, because it's a skin irritant. So that is the hazardous part, really,
It's
of
mad,
carbon.
Is
isn't
it worth saying that on camera then about the
I like that
quality of the
PAH
black?
bit, because we talk PAHs a lot, and the reasons why firefighters are getting cancer is because of the PAHs
Yeah.
in the product. So in the computers, in anything
Well, you're saying
plastic,
it's
all
a
this.
low
When
grade.
it's burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's
It's a low
burnt.
grade.
Because
carbon
like
black.
I said, they're having the way that's burning, it's a dirty burn, so there'll be loads of PAHs. 'Cause it's like an income. It's
I like that word.
Yeah.
Dirty burn.
so you've got everything else in there as well.
Must have
Were-
been dirty
Do you want to
burn.
say something like this on camera, like
Have a
repeat
lie
what
down,
you've-
when I get in there.
Yeah.
what you've said?
Yeah.
There? We can get that.
Okay.
I have
So
recorded all the
the
conversations as
the
well.
low-
It's
oh,
just
have you?
the camera is rolling, but you want to say
The
it
low
properly on
grade.
Yeah.
camera.
Okay. Carbon black's primarily a combustion product, so it's produced by burning of organic materials. When that burning process is done to completion under controlled reactivities, then you'll get a really high quality, good carbon with low pH levels. But when that's an economical grade that's not been processed correctly, the pH levels can be quite a lot higher. And the pH, as you know, can cause skin irritancy and further health issues.
Good little section to put in
Can I
there.
ask you
Yeah,
a
I think that's
question?
really
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Is that why we don't have lead in the UK anymore in our paint?
That causes that's more development issues. If that's for really restricted for like pregnant and fertility issues,
Really?
yeah, it causes a lot. It's endocrine disrupting is the term.
Endocrine disruptor.
Yeah.
Disruptive.
Because the the competitor product, which is American based,
Hmm.
they have only ever had it tested on lead. Saying
Oh,
it
right.
removes lead.
Yeah.
We're not bothered because we don't have lead in
There's no,
anything.
it's restricted massively now
So
anyway,
in the
under
UK,
loads of different,
We're ahead of that game. They go, oh, it's no lead, and you're like, but Americans, they still
yeah.
use a lot of lead in their
Yeah,
paints.
there's all the European regulations now remove or restrict massively the amount of lead, or heavy metals they're
Is it
called.
worth saying that? Because heavy metals is a big thing for the competitors. That's all they go on about. And if we
You're talking
can
about the
say
different regulations
in the
between
UK
Europe and
in the
America.
UK and Europe, you know, we're not too worried about the heavy metal side of it because we're ahead of the world
Yeah,
in that. That
Okay.
pisses Americans off. We're ahead of the world.
She's going to piss loads of people off with this video.
hello, people against me.
Yeah, maybe just say something like that and just say, you know, we're not. We know. I don't know what you think.
Because
Stuart?
yeah, so that following on from what you
especially
just
heavy
said there,
metals.
that's the primary concern, and certainly with titanium dioxide as well.
Are we
and-
saying that
and
on
it can
camera?
lead into because obviously now with European regulations and historic
No, I think we
like
should
things
say
like
that.
lead.
We should say about the titanium and say, did you know titanium oxide?
Dioxide.
Titanium dioxide is this. And
I get it recorded as well while you're here, and if you didn't want to use it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you're
then,
right.
'cause-
Okay.
so you talk about the white one,
Yeah.
and then go on about the lead or the heavy metal.
Yeah.
Is that the same conversation?
Yeah.
now?
It's all restricted substances,
Yeah.
so
And just say how heavy metals you're not too worried about
yeah.
this day because you know Europeans we're way ahead of the world and we have restrictions on them as it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The regulatory landscape at the moment is only getting more and more severe, so more chemicals and substances are actually getting classified as being more health issue. Oh, sorry, I'll have to start again. The regulatory landscape. No, I'm laughing.
Don't want to laugh about the regular.
No, I don't want to laugh about the landscape. The regular. Whew. The regulatory landscape is only going to get more severe. Chemicals will be getting classified as more and more hazardous. The chemicals don't get classified as being less problematic. Currently, there is a lot of debate and also change in the industry regarding titanium dioxide. There is evidence, and it's actually going through a reclassification project at the minute to classify it as a respiratory carcinogen. So there is going to be a lot of industries that are receiving goods marked as I say it.
So you just said from
Carcinogenic.
that, there's going to be a lot of industries.
Yeah. Industries handling titanium dioxide will be receiving product marked as a carcinogen. So their workers will have to handle a product that's being labelled as having health implications, long-term health implications. I said that twice.
That's fine.
Okay. Carbon black is classified in the same similar group of titanium dioxide, so it's very likely in the future that it will also be undergoing the same investigations for its issues for respiratory irritation and carcinogenity in the future. Again, it's going to cause major disruptions to industry because they're going to be handling what's classified as more and more hazardous goods.
Great.
I couldn't say half of them words.
Yeah.
I can't.
And something about European
Yeah,
regulations
okay.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the
many
UK.
years ago we had this issue with lead
yeah.
in paint and heavy metals.
Okay.
But because we're in Europe and European.
Yeah.
Well, not
Not
Europe.
yet, but we'll
Because
follow the
European
guidelines.
legislation, we're ahead of the world on
Yeah.
these being classed as a risk.
Okay.
Yeah,
But we'll never be able to get rid of carbon. We'll never be able to get rid of carbon and titanium dioxide, so they're going to be around forever. Where the other hazardous ones historically have been
Heavy
removed.
metals, the
Because,
lead have gone.
but yeah, okay,
Yeah, they.
Yeah. okay. I don't think I'd start it. The use of carbon black will be around forever because of its properties, as will titanium dioxide. There isn't obvious replacements for them like there has been in the past for lead or heavy metals, which are heavily restricted now under legislations, especially throughout Europe.
That's how you answered.
Do you want a bit more on that bit?
So. Well, does that give someone? I mean, we all know, don't we, that we don't have lead in this country, or do we? Did you know
I
we
didn't
don't
know.
have lead?
No, yeah.
I didn't particularly paint, no, I don't really know.
We don't have lead in any paint.
I mean, you see a lot of things saying lead free, but no,
Yeah.
you don't really, do you?
Well,
No.
in America, it's big.
It's just
Yeah.
normal.
The hero wipes are marketing on. It removes heavy metals.
Yeah.
Well,
to our country.
they actually.
Mm.
So it's interesting you say that lead it's not classed as a carcinogen. It's the for development of babies.
Yeah.
But they basically say we're proven to remove 99% of
They think the
carcinogens or something like
TCP
Yeah.
that. They
cause-
kind of conflate the
TCP
two.
can cause cancer
Yeah.
to absorb through the skin.
Right,
On
okay.
fire, when it's burning.
Yeah.
Now, there's a difference in producing lead and a difference in lead burning.
Mm.
Is there? Different chemicals?
Yeah, there will be, yeah. I don't know, like I said, much about, I can't.
Is it worth
Okay,
even
let's-
mentioning it then, or we just
I think that's fine, yeah.
We've got that
It's
little
there
section,
anyway,
we've got
is
a
it?
section,
Yeah, I
it's-
always feel a little bit like we've got so much amazing stuff here that I feel like I don't want to be concentrating too hard on what
Yeah.
people are doing.
Don't have to bitch about them to be.
Yeah, that what you said there I think
Forward.
is a really good point, just about it's historic now and we've dealt with that. And
Mm.
Yeah.
But carbon
Well,
black's going to be
Yeah.
around.
Because I can put that
People.
in anywhere as well, so we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can say that ourselves as
Yeah.
long as we know if we're showing a little
yeah.
snippet of that video, we can say we don't have leads and heavy metals in our.
Yeah, and all, I mean, what you've also done is the transcript of this is just I can just shove all this in a blog. Or anything,
Okay.
can't I?
Yeah, that's
so it's
it.
definitely
Yeah.
That's
wasted
a
any of
good
that.
thing.
The heavy metal restriction, the regulation is called ROHS, which is ROHS. So if you look at that, then you'll find more about what the limits are and stuff
Did
on
you
that.
say your name and what you did for a living?
Heavy metal restriction.
So is that your sort of piece done? What was written down there then?
Yeah, I think everything's
Yeah,
covered unless
we've
there's
got the
anything
orange
else.
Should we do
as well.
one piece now where you sort of get the product out and just recap that bit where you said it's not pushing the product around?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There was
Yeah.
a piece weren't there that we wanted
Okay.
to do. Are you alright if I just move this out
Yeah,
of the way?
sure,
That'd
yeah. Which one? This one?
be- We said does it matter which one we use?
No,
The other one's probably better,
Yeah.
Using that one.
Yeah.
Maybe using the lights, yeah.
I'll get it already open, then it doesn't make the crinkly noise.
It's like
So we're doing this as a piece kind of to camera thingy. It's like one of the advantages we found in our industry is
yeah, to remember
it
which.
picks up
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
fibres
saying
and
it like
we,
you're
Not just
trapping
being
the
me,
chemical
many
in
of
the
my
wipe,
colleagues
isn't it?
also say that the wipe is
yeah.
super soft, it's great on the skin.
Mhm. Okay.
What you said before.
Yeah.
so you can just talk to
the camera.
lens if you're talking like you were doing it today. So
Okay.
just recapping that bit and actually pull one out and
I can't remember what was said. What
Were you
did I
going
say?
to wipe it?
No, we have. That's only the door in the back. We haven't got reach and rescue anywhere else.
there's no reach and rescue
Okay.
stuff. No, you've got a door because I've got a wider shot now. We've just got a bit more of the
That's
doors in
fine,
it and a
that's
few other
good.
things, but
They're
it just
in
looks like
case.
an office. Could be an office anywhere. You was on about it feels good. You saying it feels good, but
Yeah,
also,
how it
doesn't
removes-
push it
yeah,
around,
okay.
It does that. So it,
Yeah.
Whatever
Like a
that whole
magnet,
section was, you need your
like
notes
a-
back just to have a
It
look.
takes the carbon
Adsorbs,
off.
yeah.
Absorbs, that's the word, yeah.
You want to say adsorbs, not absorbs.
Oh, why?
Adsorb's more of a mechanical thing. Absorb is you. It's almost like like you're getting it soluble. Adsorb's more like of a mechanical mechanism. Adsorb.
So when I'm saying
It's with
absorb through the skin, that's correct.
yes, yeah, because that's like a liquid passing through a membrane. But this, it's more of a mechanical. It's like adsorb, and it's sticking to the surface rather than being.
Absorb, what a
So have a look
word.
at adsorb.
Thank you.
Well, we've all learned something today.
There you go.
Let's have info. Do you
I've
need
not
this
learned any of
to
that.
No, no,
reference
you're
it?
all right. Yeah,
That didn't go well.
Absorb, I've never even heard of that.
I'm
yeah,
not-
it's different.
I'm just imagining.
So you-
Wait till that comes up on the
Audio
chase.
pointer or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're not wrong with saying absorb, but it's more
No, it's clever.
more
It's more
more
accurate
ad.
to be-
Yeah,
And absorb.
adsorbs.
Okay.
When you say it, you have to go, and it adsorbs. That's AD. Carry on, for all you silly people out there.
Ad.
Adsorb.
Oh, you have to do that. Adsorbs.
Right, so
Okay.
so this is just a single thing on it, so nothing
Okay.
else. So you can probably start it with the industry bit, a little bit about the industry thing again, saying I work in the industry.
Okay.
And we're
This
using the
could be a little
D-wipes
mini
because of
video.
these
Yeah.
benefits, and there's just a quick recap and
Okay.
say, and it absorbs.
Yeah. Right, you. I'll just get my first word.
Hi.
You can introduce yourself if you want, because
Okay,
this is like a little
separate again.
thing.
Okay. Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm sorry, I said Hi, I'm Catherine, and I work in an industry where we deal with chemicals and the handling of chemicals. We've been using the D-wipes in our production facilities and also in our office facilities. We found that the D-wipes are perfect for what we need them for. They're so robust, they're really, really gentle. And what we've found, especially with airborne contaminants that settle on surfaces over time, that the D-wipes will actually adsorb the contaminants onto the surface instead of just pushing them around further deeper into either the surface or the skin. The main comments that we've had from our employees is how gentle they are and how nice they smell. You would expect something that was this powerful would be quite harsh, would contain solvents and other chemicals, where they're still, I forgot what the word was.
That's fine.
Oh, that
I
was
was going
really
to change the
good.
shop back, so you can say you would think a product like this.
Yeah.
Start from there.
I mentioned the no alcohol.
Yeah.
No alcohol.
None of what you said.
Dermatologic, that's dermatologist tested.
Okay, so just
Okay.
on that bit.
Previous experience means that anything this powerful would have solvents in there. The D-wipes, with them being solvent-free and also dermatologically tested, give us the confidence that we can use them on our face, around our eyes, but still get that really good cleaning and decontamination of our work areas.
Great. Just that last little bit
Yeah.
again.
Even though sometimes, even though she just said she stuttered on decontamination, it was still so natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, do it again though.
Okay,
just in case.
well, from which bit? I can keep going what I've said.
Just say, you said, but you can use it on your hand and
Yeah,
eyes of face because,
yeah.
and then you summarise something, I don't know what it was.
Um,
Just that very last sentence, really, whatever.
what did I say?
Yeah, is it just the last little?
You said the
You
same.
just-
The bit where you
Decontaminate.
stop-
Decontaminate, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
just decontaminate.
Okay.
So you use it from your hand and...
Right, okay. Should I split it into the separate, like the people are dealing in the production hall who deal with it all the time, and then us in the offices who have the occasional use, or do you just want to keep it
I
one?
think this was okay, we just needed something to end that bit now.
Yeah.
Wrote this.
Yeah, from, but I
So
think
you
it's
put it
in there
from-
from production to the office.
Yeah,
to
from
the
the
office.
Yeah.
Into the office.
Okay.
All the way
Yeah.
up to heavy.
Yeah.
It's been a great
Machinery.
Yeah.
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 The D-wipes have been utilised from the production with really heavy contamination through to the offices where we have once or twice daily cleaning, and we've had really good response. Oh, I keep saying it wrong.
Start again.
Okay. Should I say we have been?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been using the D-wipes from the production facilities through to the office, and we've found the powerful and gentle nature to be a real benefit for us. No, I don't, that's the wrong word.
The word you stumbled on was decontamination, and
Yeah.
you didn't use that in that
Okay.
little bit, so I don't know if that was anything that matters or not.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
keep
I've got
talking.
I've got the little stuff a bit
You said
anyway.
that-
I've got,
The second one, so the first one was like heavy machinery or heavy contaminants.
Yeah.
So it was like from
From really,
factory to
yeah,
office,
okay.
but like from.
Okay. We have been able to utilise the D-wipes from the heavy contaminated areas of the production facilities through to the offices to decontaminate the
say it after a while, they say this last sentence is going to say.
We've been using the D-wipes through to the heavily contaminated areas in the production facilities, through to the office areas. I don't know what I'm saying at the end. Right, okay. We've been using the D-wipes through from the heavily contaminated production facilities through to the office. We've been using the wipes to decontaminate. I can't say decontaminate our areas.
You say decon, or to clean.
Decontaminate
Or
our
to reduce the
areas.
risk of
Our
re-
work areas.
been using
Need to
them
say
to
work areas, not
reduce the
decontaminate my
risk.
area.
Reduce the risk of contamination.
Reduce the risk. Okay. We use the D-wipes through to the heavily contaminated and we use the D-wipes. We use the D-wipes through from the heavily contaminated production facilities into the office areas to reduce the risk of contamination. No.
Crazy on
Right, I just need one bit. The beginning bit I've got, it's how to end it. So we use it from the heavily contaminated production areas through to the office to decontaminate.
And it's enabled us to sort of
Why don't
effectively
you-
decontaminate and
Yeah.
reduce the risk of.
It's
Enabled us to effectively reduce the risk of contamination in
Re-
our workplace.
Okay, right, okay, I like that. Effectively reduce the risk of contamination in our workplace.
To hold it up.
We use the D-wipes in our production facilities where you'll have heavy contamination through to our offices. And, I keep forgetting it.
Do we
Yeah,
hold it
hold it
up?
up, write
Say
it.
it.
What did you just say?
I have to have it all written up for me at the last minute.
Right,
You've
so
done
you're
so
using
well.
it in your production, so you're all right with that bit.
Yeah, production,
Yeah,
just like production,
production.
office.
Enabling- to the
It
offices.
enables us to effectively reduce the risk.
And
Effectively.
decontaminate the area.
Reduce the risk of contamination in our workplace.
Just me get this last bit now. not Bim.
The risk.
Oh, you're
Oh.
fantastic.
Contamination.
Yours 10 out of 10, you've gone down to 8.5.
Sorry.
Could
get lower yet.
I don't think Stacey's helping. Stirring out. You've done well to
Although Joe's
do
paying
it.
me by the hour, so you know, it doesn't
And
matter.
it's Stace.
What if I wrote prefer? What did you want me to write?
I'm okay from the beginning bit. It was just that how to end it without
Yeah, well, it enables
ending
us
on a
to-
question. Effectively,
Doing it to camera, sorry.
okay. So we've been able to use from the heavily contaminated production facilities through to the offices to effectively reduce the risk of contamination in our place. Okay. We've been using the D-wipes in our heavily contaminated production areas through to our offices to effectively reduce the risk of contamination in our workplace.
That good, yeah.
Yeah. I was wanting to do
You might see me look up.
Can you just do the bit where you just...
Contamination then? Did you say contamination?
Don't know.
Can you just do the bit where you did the wipe onto the desk?
Yeah, just
You went out shot with like...
Oh, right,
I
okay.
just want to have a cutaway shot.
do not.
Rubbing, perfect. That was it.